Hello and welcome to VOP News Updates. I'm Moses Humphrey. President Bola Tinubu has made fresh appointments. The president has announced the names of his new aides, from appointing a personal physician to other 19 appointments. A federal high court in Abuja has ordered the arrest and investigation of a prosecutor who filed a criminal charge against the lawmaker representing Anambra North Senatorial District, Senator Stella Odua, on the allegation of the forgery of her National Youth Service Corps NYSC certificate. Justice James Omotosho, after the inspection of the charge before him, discovered that the prosecuting counsel who filed the charge on the 22nd of June 2023 posed to be a staff member of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC. However, the EFCC discharged the individual from its legal unit since November 2022. The court was surprised as to why the prosecutor will deliberately mislead the court, having left the service of the EFCC more than 6 months before the charge was filed. Justice Omotosho further made an order directing the court officers to hand over the prosecuting counsel to the EFCC, who are to conduct an investigation on the counsel as to reasons why he was discharged from the EFCC, and that the reports of investigation should be issued to the court as soon as possible. President Bola Tinubu yesterday in Abuja described as unfortunate the killing of an 8-month-old infant in the recent violence in Plateau and Benue states. He directed security agencies to fish out the masterminds of the killings, insisting that they be made to face the full wrath of the law. In the statement titled "Plateau Killings, We Must Break This Cycle of Violence," the president expressed sadness and grief over the incident, condemning the killings in Mangu and parts of Benue State. The House of Representatives has set up an ad hoc committee to screen the recent appointed service chiefs. The Speaker of the House, Tajuddin Abbas, yesterday at plenary, noted that the panel is made up of both members of the majority and minority caucuses. The Speaker also stated that the immediate past chairman of the House Committee on Defense, Babajimi Benson, would co-chair the committee. The Director General of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, has said consumption of fruits ripened with calcium carbide may cause cancer, heart failure, kidney failure, and liver failure. Mrs. Adeyeye further noted that fruits ripened with calcium carbide may cause frequent thirst, irritation in the mouth and nose, as well as weakness, permanent skin damage, difficulty in swallowing, vomiting, and skin ulcer. The NAFDAC DG made this known yesterday at the official flag-off of the agency's media sensitization workshop on dangers of drug hawking and ripening of fruits with calcium carbide. She said the trend of ripening fruits with carbide had become a public challenge, and NAFDAC had deployed a multifaceted approach to tackle the menace. She added that the agency has commissioned a scientific study on the best approach towards mitigating the health hazards posed by ripening of fruits with carbide. The NAFDAC DG also warned against patronizing drug hawkers, saying most of their drugs are counterfeit, substandard, and expired. In business now, the federal government yesterday raised concern over the performance of the value-added tax in Nigeria as the lowest in the West African region. While describing the development as worrisome, the government stressed the need for a change in policies, adding that the country's VAT rate was less than 1% to the gross domestic product. The Director of Tax Policy in the Federal Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Bashir Abdulkadri, raised the concern at the opening event of a 3-day workshop on the harmonization of Nigeria's VAT Act with ECOWAS directives. The program was organized by the ECOWAS Commission under the context of implementation of support program for tax transition in West Africa. And in foreign news, North Korea has launched a suspected intercontinental ballistic missile 2 days after it threatened the U.S. over what it said were spy plane incursions into its airspace. The South Korean military confirmed that North Korea had launched a suspected long-range ballistic missile toward the east from the outskirts of Pyongyang, the North Korean capital. It said that surveillance had been strengthened and that it was maintaining military preparedness in close cooperation with the U.S. And that's the news update on VOP TV. We would like you to subscribe and engage with us on YouTube. It is Voice of the People TV, and on other social media platforms, it is at VOP TV Live. I'm Moses Humphrey.